Alright, let's dive into some baseball moments that are just too good to ignore. And I've got to start with something that made me sit up and take notice: Jac Caglianone's performance this weekend. If you haven't heard about it yet, buckle up, because this is the kind of story that reminds you why baseball is magic. So, Jac, a 23-year-old Royal slugger, went 4 for 4 with 2 homers, 2 doubles, and 4 RBIs in a single game. Let that sink in. 4 extra base hits in one game. That's not just a good day at the plate, that's a career-defining moment. And here's the kicker: he became the 7th Royal ever to pull off that feat. What makes this really interesting is the context. The Royals are having a rough season, sitting at 49-69, but Jac's breakout is like a beacon of hope. Personally, I think this is more than just a hot streak. It's the kind of performance that signals a player stepping into his role as a cornerstone for the future. Now, what many people don't realize is how far Jac has come. He was the 6th pick in the 2024 draft, but his start in the majors was, let's just say, underwhelming. Last year, he hit a dismal .157 with a 46 WRC+. Ouch. But this year, his slashing .256, .311, .456 with a 110 WRC+. That's a massive jump. If you take a step back and think about it, this is the story of a player who didn't just survive the majors, he's thriving. And in a lost season for the Royals, that's everything. But let's shift gears, because Saturday was a day for the history books in more ways than one. In Philadelphia, Max Scherzer and Aaron Nola put on a masterclass in pitching. Scherzer, at 42, moved past Walter Johnson for 10th on the all-time strikeouts list. That's insane. Walter Johnson, the big train. And Scherzer did it with 4 strikeouts in 5 1/3 innings. What this really suggests is that age is just a number when you've got that kind of skill. Meanwhile, Nola became the 2nd Phillies pitcher to reach 2,000 strikeouts in their uniform. Only Steve Carlton had done it before him. But here's the twist: Nola got hit by a 105 mph comebacker and left the game with a bruised knee. Talk about a bittersweet milestone. The Phillies lost in 11 innings, but Nola's achievement? That's forever. And we can't forget Gerrit Cole. He became the fastest Yankee ever to reach 1,000 strikeouts, doing it in 837 2/3 innings. Roger Clemens held the record before him, but Cole blew past it. 9 strikeouts, no walks, and just 2 runs allowed against the Braves. This raises a deeper question: are we watching the golden age of pitching right now? I mean, Scherzer, Nola, Cole, these guys are rewriting history. Now, let's talk about Sandy Alcantara. The Marlins ace just keeps getting better. He set the franchise record for innings pitched, surpassing Ricky Nolasco, and did it in style with a 7-0 shutout of the Angels. 3 straight scoreless starts. No runs allowed since July 22nd. A detail I find fascinating is how consistent he's been. In a league where pitchers are often up and down, Alcantara is a rock. And the Marlins needed him, too. They're back at .500 and just 3 games out of a wild card spot. Finally, let's give some love to Gage Jump. The 23-year-old A's lefty shut down the red-hot Red Sox, snapping their 9-game winning streak and ending the A's 9-game losing skid. 11 strikeouts at Fenway Park, the first A's southpaw to do that since 1928. That's not just a win, that's a statement. What makes this really interesting is how Jump handled a lineup that's been on fire. The Red Sox almost came back in the 9th, but Jump's work earlier in the game held up. So, what's the takeaway here? Baseball is unpredictable, but it's also full of moments that remind us why we love it. Jac Caglianone's breakout, Scherzer and Nola's milestones, Cole's dominance, Alcantara's consistency, and Jump's gutsy performance. These are the stories that keep us coming back. Personally, I think we are witnessing something special this season. It's not just about stats or records, it's about the narratives being written. And if you're not paying attention, you're missing out. So, here's my question for you. Which of these moments stood out the most to you? Let me know in the comments. Until next time, keep loving the game.